lesson number 16. Today I'm going to be talking about intervals and how you can recognize them in a way so that people will be able to test you and you'll be able to develop perfect pitch. You should be able to hear a song and start being able to put it down onto the piano. Now, I don't expect right after this lesson to be able to just sit down and play, sit down and be able to do this, because it takes quite a bit of practice and it takes time to develop it, and it just takes time. That's about it. But you do need to know how to get to the point where you can practice it, right? Because yeah, that's what I'm here for. So I'm going to try to show you guys some tips and tricks on how to recognize intervals, how to practice recognizing them, and how to sort of hear intervals in your head and put them on the piano. So if you have songs in your head, then you can put them on the piano easier because you hear, da, da, oh, that's a perfect fourth, or a major third, or a minor seventh, or whatever like that. And then you can just go do 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 and plunk away, and you know how to do it right then and there. Okay, anyway, so let's get going here. Alright, so let's start with the intervals. So, what we basically want to do is play an interval first. We're going to figure out which interval. We'll take it one at a time. And then what we have to do is we're going to try to nail a song to the note that we're playing, the interval. And then what we want to do is after we play that interval, we want to sing it back exactly with our voice or in our head as soon as possible, like right after it, and then try to duplicate it. So sometimes what I do, okay, so let's start with perfect fifth to start off with. Okay, so it goes from C to G. That's Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Okay, so now let's look up. So now listen to the sound. So whenever you hear someone go like this, that's just start singing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star in your head. Just like that. Okay? So that's sort of the idea here. So Twinkle Twinkle Little Stars for a perfect fifth. Now for a perfect fourth, it's called Here Comes the Bride. So something like that. I actually don't know the rest of it. But yeah, so a perfect fourth is just, think of getting married. Okay, now the next one, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Canada's national anthem. It goes, "Oh Canada," or whatever, right? Da, 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 da. You might not be, because you might not be from Canada. There's a very good chance you're not. But that's what us Canadians remember minor thirds by. So maybe you should learn our national anthem. Now, how would you get "Oh Canada" to that? Well, it goes, "Oh Oh Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and by, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand. Anyway, yeah. Okay. So, that's our national anthem. Anyway. Just because you sing it doesn't mean that you're actually standing in guard for Canada or whatever. Okay, so that's a minor third. Okay? That's O Canada. Okay, now another one. So, a major second. That is, think of a scale, a major scale. Okay, that's the best I've come up with so far. Okay, now, a minor second, that's like a chromatic scale. Okay? So if you know what those sound like, if you can picture those, you shouldn't have any problem with the minor seconds. Okay? So that's a minor second, chromatic scale. Now, okay, so we've done that. Now, there's the major third. Think of a triad. Okay? Now that works there. So that is that's a major third. Now, if you don't know what all these majors and minors are, I think I've explained it in a previous video, and if not, I did it in a future one. I can't really remember now exactly where it is. But in this video, I'm not going to be explaining what all the intervals, how you get the names of them. I think I've done that before, after, but I don't have time to do all that in this video, so it's in another video. I'm not really sure where. Okay, anyway. Now, so we've done minor second, minor third, major third. Now we did perfect fourth and major perfect fifth. So now we're going to do this. Now, a tritone, I haven't actually found a song that starts with a tritone just because it's such an ugly tone. Like, I mean, come on, would you want that as your song? No, I wouldn't. So why would anyone start with a tritone? Anyway, so a tritone just doesn't sound like anything else. Or you can just think, oh, this sounds ugly. Or it sounds like it's doing this. Okay? It just wants to do that. Okay? That's a tritone. Sorry for not being able to explain that any better. Okay, now, from here to here, that's a minor sixth. It's that one called Love Story. I think it goes... Oh, I can't remember it now. It goes like dun 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 dun. Or no, I can't even sing it. But yeah, I can't remember it. But I do know it's called Love Story, I think, or song. Wow, I'm so helpful, aren't I? Anyway, listen to how the distance between the two notes. If you don't have a song to go with it, then just listen to the distance, look away, listen to the distance, and then sing that. Like that. Usually if you can sing it, you can do it quite well. You could say like minor sixth, major third, major third, major third, minor sixth, major third, and that way you're kind of making up your own song that goes with the interval. Okay, then there's a major sixth. Now this one has lots of songs that start with this because it's a very beautiful interval. There's like the Nocturne in E flat major by Chopin. Ah, wow, I can't even play. I can't remember it. It's been a long time. Okay, but yeah, there's that one, but probably a more well-known one would be My Body Lies Over the Ocean. Or I guess there's that one. That's one. Maybe that is My Body Lies Over the Ocean. Oh, it is actually. Wow. Okay, anyway. I've been doing way too many lessons. With all these reshoots, do you know how... Okay, I've done... I think I'm on day 13 or 14, and I've done something like 26 lessons or something. Yeah. That's like, I'm reshooting all the lessons I did for the last 2 years in a span of like 3 weeks. Pretty killer. Anyway, starting to lose it. Okay, so now we've got a major seventh. Now, a major seventh, I don't think there is a song for this one that I know of. But basically, listen to this. That just sounds horrible, doesn't it? Now, to do this properly, you need to listen to the discordance. Like, how far is the distance between these two notes? Anyway, that's a major seventh. This is a perfect octave, and there's a really good one for this one. It's Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Yeah, that's such a nice song. I like that song. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. Sorry. Okay, back to work here. Now this is a minor seventh. I don't actually have a song for this one either. I might see if I can find a chart, but I'm sure if you like Googled like interval song chart, if you Google something like that, you'll come up with a big list, probably pictures and images of songs that go with each interval. So just look up interval song chart, okay? Now, so that's a minor seventh. Now, the next part of it is how do we practice doing this, okay? So the next thing we want to do is how do we apply all these intervals that we've learned to actual learning them. So what you want to do is you'll start with whatever, you know. What you can do is like listen to the intervals themselves and like sing them back and forth. Then you can visualize how they sound in your mind. Can you hear that sound in your head? And can you sing it back? Okay? By listening to what the sounds sound like how does a C sound? How does an E sound? What kind of impressions do you get from them? If you can do that and you can pre-image like how they sound before you hear them, you can actually develop something called perfect pitch. And advanced levels of that would be like someone just does this, and they could tell you played an A flat, a C, an E flat, an A flat, and whatever notes I hit up there. Right? They could just go all the way up, and you could just hit any notes, and they would know exactly what you're playing. Or you could just do this. This is a lower level. You're playing a G. Or like, what is this key? An E flat. Okay? So what you want to do is sort of test yourself. Now, one way you can do that is you can get someone else who knows how to play piano, and you can get them to sit down and test you by like playing a note. What note is that? And then you have to guess it back. Try to keep it within a small range at first, because you don't want to be going like this. Just playing random keys throughout the piano. It's actually harder to tell what the keys are at a higher range and harder at a lower range too, because there's not as much contrast, whereas you get a lot more note contrast in the middle here and less as you go further out. Your ears can't seem to separate the differences as much. Anyway, so this is sort of like the sweet spot, probably from about here, the C below middle C, probably to 2 C's above middle C. So around there. Well, maybe even 2 C's below middle C. Could still be good. But the closer you're to middle C, around that area, your ears are going to be able to pick it up better. Okay, so now, here I'm going to try doing a couple things. I'm going to do one of those tests with you. So we're going to do a little interactive test here. So I'm going to point the camera up here, and I'm going to play some intervals and whatnot, and let you see if you can guess what they are. So let's start off with an easy one first. So listen to the interval. Okay. For those of you who guessed right, that's a perfect fifth. Okay, let's do another one. Okay, let's go from here to here. What song does that remind you of? So that's a minor third. Okay, let's do another one. What's that one? So? So, somewhere over the rainbow, that's a perfect octave. Okay, let's do another one. That is? Whatever, that's a major sixth. Okay? Okay, now let's go to another one. What you can do is if I'm going too fast and you're still not sure, pause the video and then keep going. Like once you've decided on your answer, then play it again. Okay? That is a major third. Okay, now let's do another one. This is so fun. Not. Or is it? It's kind of cool, isn't it? Now normally you should only get one shot at it, but since you guys are new to this, I'm going to give you 2 shots. I'll just give you another one for the heck of it. Okay. It is a minor second. Okay, here's another one. That is a minor second. Or sorry, not minor, major second. I put the minor and the major close together to see if you guys would be able to piece together. So if some of you got the minor second wrong, you'd probably get the major second right, because it'd be familiar. Okay, let's do another one. Let's do, what shall we do? How about this? So perfect fourth. Okay, how are you doing so far, guys? If you're not getting all of them right now, I'm actually not surprised, because the chances of you getting all these right away are like really, really hard. So if you have gotten them even like 3 or 4 right by now, you're doing really, really well. If you even got 1 or 2 right, you're still doing good. If you got none right, you're still doing fine. Like, I mean, that's okay. It just means you need to practice it a bit. Okay, here's another one. It's the one that doesn't sound like anything. Why do they call it a tritone anyway? Do you know? 1 tone, 2 tone, 3 tone, tritone. It's 3 tones apart. Okay, next up. Let's do this one. Minor seventh. Okay, next one. Can you imagine the keyboard? What's the difference between the last one I played and this one? It is. So I played this before. Can you hear how close ours are together? They're very close. You want to usually listen to the distance. Listen to how close these sound versus this. It feels like there's a big gap in between. So sort of like that. Okay, now the last one. It is a minor sixth. And those are all the intervals. So, those are them all. So I'd suggest try to get a piano buddy or something. If not, there are ear training tapes or I guess CDs, MP3s available. You can probably find them online or at a music store. So those are some options. This is really useful because what you can do is in your head you can be singing these intervals, like you hear a song in your head that you just need to know, and you break down the intervals. Like you can basically hear what the intervals are, like what's the distance, and then you can put that to the song, to the piano or to sheet music instantaneously. Like one time, there's a video I have. I think it's called. It's like Sprite. Like Sprite's my cat. She's in the video. I think she's sleeping with earphones on, and I put this little melody in the background. It's only like about a minute long, but I swear I wrote the melody so fast because I used intervals. I had the melody in my head, and I was just basically clicking as fast as I was hearing it. And I had the entire right-hand melody finished for the song in probably about 30 to 40 seconds. It was really fast. It just came to me. And the only reason I could do it is because I knew the intervals and the distance, so I could just click. And I'm not like a master with it at all, actually. I've practiced it a little bit, but I'm not really, really good. I know there's people out there that are really great at this. So it's highly worth your time to be investing in looking into this. Anyway, so that's intervals for you. So thank
Anyway,
you for
take
watching
care.
the lesson on intervals. I hope you guys learned something useful. Don't you notice how I always say I hope you guys learned something? Because that's the whole reason for doing this, is to learn. So I do sincerely hope that you guys learned stuff from all this. Okay? So I hope this is very helpful and you can use it, and I know that it is helpful information because I wouldn't be putting it out there if I didn't think it was worth my time. So take care and put it into practice, keep going hard, and things will go good. See you guys later.